Hello and welcome to 50 MENA Leaders with me, Laura Buckwell, where we sit down with a host of regional business pioneers who are spearheading change around the world and at the same time celebrating excellence in innovation that's emerging from the Middle East and North Africa region. Well, today I'm sitting down with Abduljabbar Al-Abduljabbar, the Executive President of Naseej, a regional leader in digital transformation solutions, as well as Rani Taha, the company's regional manager. From providing the first online service in the region and first internet access in Saudi Arabia, to building the first fully integrated learning platform on the cloud in the region, we will be discussing the different generations of digital transformation and how the company continues to innovate to stay ahead of the curve. We will also take a look at what exactly differentiates them from global technology providers, as well as some of the opportunities over in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Mr. Abduljabbar, thank you so much for joining us here today on 50 MENA Leaders.
Thank you. Pleasure is mine.
So let's start off with Naseej, your company, and let's start from the beginning. And for anyone watching here today who might not know exactly what Naseej is, tell us a little bit more about the company.
Oh, certainly. Naseej is a digital transformation enabler or agent. We started back in 1989 and predominantly working with the education sector and the cultural sector as well because of the similarity in the research and information fields. And since we started, we were always striving to help our clients do their business using digital capabilities. Back then, it wasn't called digital transformation, it was called automation. Now, the terminology is digital transformation. We started in Riyadh, and we grew over time to cover a footprint that covers the entire region. Naturally, the GCC is the largest business contributor to our operations, but we operate throughout the Arabic countries from Morocco to Yemen. We are expanding and it's increasing, and we have ambitions even to go beyond the region.
So tell us a little bit more about you. I want to get to know you and your leadership style a little bit more. So how has that evolved over the years?
I started with my colleague Abdullah as engineers with no business experience and no leadership experience prior to that. However, the style and the character didn't change much. Me and Abdullah were passionate. We wanted success. So our approach to our colleagues were we are all one team to achieve one mission. We enabled and provided the room for our colleagues to really contribute and take decisions and make mistakes. And that helped over time to create a culture of trust and openness and family within Naseej. Today, out of the 450 individuals, we hope that DNA has trickled down from the early team that we were lucky to have in the beginning.
So what key pieces of advice do you have for anyone that's watching this that is looking to get into this sector? Well, what's your key piece of advice?
So if you like what you're doing, if you believe what you're doing, I think that takes you a long way. Even if things doesn't become successful in one attempt, it might be successful in another attempt. So I think the best advice is, if you like it, that's okay, you can go through it. Doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be successful. It will also be difficult if you don't like what you're doing. So I think that's maybe the best advice one would give.
What are you most excited about then, sort of going forward when it comes to Saudi Arabia and digital transformation? Is there anything in particular that you're most looking forward to?
Oh, absolutely. Definitely. There are areas that I think is creating a lot of enthusiasm within Naseej. One is certainly the education. Education sector hasn't been, I'd say, disrupted in the same way other industries have. Although for the past maybe 20 or less years, a lot of debate within the education community about the education models and its fit and its suitability. And therefore, the education is certainly going through a transformation. And we feel extremely fortunate that we are providing solutions that are making or giving flexibility to the education institute to make change and to be able to adapt and embrace directions that could be different from what they're doing, and that is because of the openness of the systems that we are providing, and that is really is one of the driving let's say energies behind what we are doing.
So what are your hopes for the industry going forward, and how exactly are you hoping Naseej will align with that forecast?
Well, definitely, we have a good niche where we're playing in, and we're trying to expand that. The industry is poised for growth. IDC report, they were forecasting the IT industry in Saudi Arabia in 23 to be 34 plus billion US dollars, and growing at 8.6 going forward. Our niche, which is the solutions and the software, especially the cloud, is growing at a faster rate, I think 11 plus. So there is huge growth in demand, and we feel lucky that we are in a center of some of the requirements, whether it is the cloud offering, the training, the education, the knowledge management, the artificial intelligence. And therefore, we see an increasing role and capability for Naseej to have an impact in the industry.
Well, we wish you nothing but the best going forward. And thank you so much for sharing with us here today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Mr. Rani Taha, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you very much. Pleasure is mine.
So let's go straight into the growth story of Naseej across the GCC, and what sort of potential is there across this region, and why do you think?
So we expanded out of KSA into Kuwait first, and soon after we expanded into Dubai. Our regional presence in Dubai, our regional office in Dubai, has empowered us to go into to do business in other regions. So we started serving customers in Qatar, in Oman, in Yemen. At a later stage, Qatar has been established as an independent office operating on its own. Additionally, we also did expand into North Africa. So we served customers in Tunisia and Morocco and Algeria. And similarly, an office was established as an independent entity operating and serving our customers in Lena.
So tell us a little bit more about your regional presence and what differentiates you in particular from different global providers.
For over 3 decades, we've been operating close to our customers. We share with them the same understanding. We share with them the same challenges, the same environment. So that has enabled us to have a thorough and deep understanding of the challenges that they're facing, and understand the requirements and offer services and solutions that are matching their needs.
But the last question I have for you is, what sort of plans do you have in terms of expansion beyond the region then? What sort of is a nice growth potential for your company?
We do have ambitious plans, and we hope that they will materialize, although the date is not set. But we always take into consideration when designing our solutions, when designing our products, when we design our services, that we want to go global. And we always take into consideration the latest technologies and international standards, whether it is related to technology, whether it is related to data, privacy, or information security. We wanted always our products to be competing level, let's say a competing level globally, and we want to be able to compete globally.
Well, thank you so much for getting us up to date on your growth story at Naseej. Thank you so much.
Thank you.